didn't expect it to be that loud, I ain't gonna lie. Alright guys, episode 3 of Driving Supercar series, and y'all can see what we got behind me. I did not expect this car to be loud, I ain't gonna lie. We are about to drive this Huracan. Let me walk you around it. So you guys can see, typical gold Lamborghini badge. Nothing too crazy on the outside. Got a front, I'm pretty sure this is the stock flip. And we got the wavy rotors. This comes on the RS7, by the way. These rotors, they're smaller, they got the waves in it for aerodynamics, and it's lighter. And they got 19s in the front, 245s, Pirellis. And I'm pretty sure this is 305. So we got back here, and this is the Evo. Oh, it's rear-wheel drive. Perfect. I've never got to drive a rear-wheel drive Huracan, so you get to drive a rear-wheel drive Huracan today. I can see typical V10. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you guys can hear me over this exhaust. Yeah, that's pretty loud, I'm not gonna lie to you. Red guts. Got the same pattern as the RS6. Some of the RS6s come in this. And yeah, you guys can see, man, driver focused. All of the notches right here, digital. And this is an Evo too. I didn't know this was an Evo. So this is pretty hard. Red interior. I'm a small guy, so I can fit in everything. But just look at the height difference. Now, I don't know if y'all can tell the height difference of the S7 compared to this. But we're about to drive this. It's rear-wheel drive. We're gonna have some fun. The owner of the car is coming with me. He don't want to be on camera, but he will be recording. So yeah, I don't know how much he's gonna let us do, but we're gonna have fun, and I'm gonna still show you guys how good it drives. The front end is lifting. You guys can see that. It's lifting. Does it go back down by itself? The front end lift. Alright guys, so this is our third Huracan that we've driven. We've driven a gray one, and we've driven a satin blue one. So you gotta know our way around a little bit. It's kind of hard because like how long that I've been in one, it's a little different, but night and day difference, like from what I'm used to, because my car is not this low. So me being a shorter guy, I'm happy that I'm short because I can fit in a lot of the supercars and sports cars. If I was like a smooth 6'2", I am 6'2". It's just, you know, some days I'm 5'5", but only some days, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so getting to drive these sports cars is actually cool to be smaller because you can fit. You don't have to worry about much. So I enjoy being short when it comes to this stuff. This is going to be the third nice car that goes past these workers within the last hour. They're not gonna know what's going on. We're going to get gas first because the Huracan is a drinker. So after we get gas, then we'll hit it, because I don't want to hit it with a low tank. It's not really good for your car. But yeah. First impression, a lot of people, when it comes to the Huracan and the R8, I've driven the R8 too, the older one and the newer one, so I like to compare them to Huracans. The Huracan is like more serious, it's more of a serious car than the R8, but the R8 is like another good daily driver, like one of a good perfect daily driver. But every Huracan that I've driven, they're more stiff, they're more serious. They are a little bit louder from factory as well, even though it's the same motor. But the way these are tuned, it's more different, it's more aggressive. So people ask me all the time, because I've driven it, like, should I get the R8 or the Huracan? I was like, if you want a comfortable daily driver, get the R8. If you want something more serious, then get the Huracan. Now, none of that really matters if you plan on twin turbo in it. And all of that stuff goes out the window, because it's still gonna be a twin turbo V10 regardless. But yeah, Crazy to be able to experience these cars though. So we have made it to the gas station, and yeah, 95 doubloons. That's how much this thing is. I'm pretty sure this tank is the same size as mine, maybe a little bigger, but what a sight to see, huh? What a sight to see. $95. I gotta get used to it, because when I get mine, I'm about to pay the same thing. So we have gas now, so we can finally, you know what I'm saying, do what we gotta do. It's so crazy because there we go. So when you change modes, the dash changes and the exhaust note changes as well. But it's so crazy because, like, being in Lamborghinis, they just remind me of like big Audis. Even though, like, for a Lamborghini owner, they might be like, bro, this is not the same at all. But I mean, same manufacturer, they have few differences and few similarities. All right, let's see how she sounds. Stock exhaust? Bro, this is loud, bro. I didn't think this was gonna be this loud, stock exhaust. And this one is rear-wheel drive, guys. I love rear-wheel drive cars. To date, the best one that I've got to drive is the AMG GT-R. That's like right under the Black Series. That car, rear-wheel drive, is insane. They have 10 traction settings. 10 traction settings is crazy. But ever since I've driven that car, and I've driven a 1300 horsepower Red Eye, which is also rear-wheel drive. So driving those things, you get into anything else after that, it's just like, you become used to it. I need to get one. Rear-wheel drive cars are so fun. As much as I love my all-wheel drive and it handles well, it's nothing like being in a rear-wheel drive car. My rear-wheel drive car don't even have to be fast. If I can get one that's like a smooth 400, maybe 500 horsepower, I'll drive every day with traction off. I would just be going through tires all the time. Guys, this thing is loud. I didn't expect it to be this loud. Dual clutch, just like my transmission, a little bit different, but it's more aggressive, and you have a V10 behind it, so there's also that. Thing is, I like this. Another thing too, I was just talking about in the RS6, this dual clutch lets you go to rev limiter. Mine doesn't do that. Like it lets you get the rail line, and then it just upshift for you, no matter if you're in manual mode or not. I'm pretty sure the Huracans usually have like 500 or 550 horsepower. One thing I've learned about driving supercars, they either be lying or they just feel a lot faster than what they say on paper. Because mine makes about 800. It's a little heavier, but anytime I get into a supercar, the way that they distribute the torque and the power is always way different. Like, it's way different power delivery. And it also probably has to do with the weight too, and the fact that it's NA. Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. The revs just jump. They just jump up, bro. Random biker. So this is a little curve. I just want to see how it handles. This is rear-wheel drive too, so good curve. So the handling on this, just going through that slight curve, this thing is like, it's really tight. And then the motor is in the back as well, so everything in the front is just nothing. So I really actually want to know how they got it to feel this stiff with no weight over the front axles. But it weights up. It weights up for sure. In my car, everything is heavy. So like when you get in it, you feel everything, even though it has all the upgrades and stuff. But yeah, I can't get enough of how this thing shifts though. It's like mine, but on steroids. aggressive. It's so aggressive, guys. Why don't they just all dual clutches like this, right? I think, but probably nobody would buy a Huracan if everyone felt like this though, which is probably why. So we got some turns right here, guys. Let's see how it feels. Like a supercar. I tell you that. One thing I love about supercars, there's no weight. Like when you turn in these stuff like this, there's no like extra weight or body roll that you feel. It just goes. The only weight you feel is like with the motor in the back, but it's also better when you got rear-wheel drive because you got extra traction because the weight is on top of the rear axles. So everything really balances out. That's the only difference between like supercars and normal cars. Even if your normal car handles well, it just won't be the same. Like it's not the same at all. It's always dope getting to experience a supercar though, bro. Like, every time I get in one, it's just like you learn. Like you got another car that's fast and pretty upgraded, you kind of lose like a little bit of respect for supercars. The second you get in one, all that stuff goes out the window. So like I talk to people with nice cars like sedans and coupes. They're just like, my car is faster than that. Oh, my car puts down a better lap time. I'm like, bro, you gotta get in one. You gotta experience it. Thing's a beast. Yeah, these shifts are so crispy, bro. And they're like instant too. Like the second you press the paddle, it just shifts. Like for up and down, it's just like. It's so instant. Everything is so instant and snappy on this, bro. You guys comment down below what you guys think about the Cybertrucks. We just seen one. If I didn't get it on camera, we were just talking about Cybertrucks. So you guys pretty much know what Cybertrucks look like. Dude, I do what I gotta do now. Nice cars. Cybertruck, guys. He doesn't even know that we're making fun of him right now. So we're entering the highway. It's only so make sure there's no cops. I'm barely touching the gas. I just want you guys to hear the V10. It's just it's so addicting. It's so addicting. Get nervous every time I see one of those. But yeah, just listen to the V10, guys. It's so loud. You can't beat that, bro. You can't really beat that. The V10 sounds amazing. I can only imagine what a boosted version of this V10 is. Cause I got to drive the Gallardo, but that's a little older. It has single clutch. It doesn't have all the updated technology and everything here, or the tuning from factory. But something like this, yeah, this thing is pretty nasty. Not gonna lie. Oh, you can show them this. I love this thing, bro. This thing handles so good. This thing handles so good. The sound is addicting. It handles well. It looks nice. It's crazy. This thing is crazy. So we just got to experience the Huracan Evo right here. Beast of a car, okay? This thing is insane. The perfect supercar. It's not the fastest. It's not the most craziest violent, but it's perfect. Like, you get the nice dual clutch, high revving V10, 550 horsepower. It moves. It's not a slouch, and it sounds amazing, and it handles really well. Okay, so I'll tell you guys one thing: if you guys can afford a Huracan, go buy one. Okay, I don't know. I gotta drive R8. If anybody wants to let me drive the R8, like a newer one, because I've only got to drive a Gen 1 R8, well 1.5, and I had a single clutch. I want to drive a new R8 so I could compare it to the new Huracan. I think this is the 22 if I'm not mistaken, or 21 of a car. Make sure y'all go give Mason a follow. He hooked me up with driving both of these things in one day, so I really appreciate him, and I appreciate his pops. His pops ended up knowing my granddad, so it was a small world, but I appreciate both of them for letting me do this and giving me the opportunity to drive both of these expensive cars. So if you guys want, you know, help me, make sure you go follow them, follow me, go watch the short form version on Instagram, and comment down below what car y'all want me to see, y'all want me to drive next. All right, this is a crazy episode, crazy series. Let me know what y'all think, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We out.